Boom, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen, and what a beautiful time to be alive it is. The markets right now in many tokens are signaling something I have not been this excited for since early 2017. I'm really excited to be able to share some of this with you guys today. We are going to be going over XLM, Fetch. I think we'll throw CELR really in there quickly, as well as RNC or RLC. Well, we'll figure out which one it is because I don't really care what the token names are. Technical analysis is proof enough that if what we see is correct, I don't give a shit about the name of this token. It's going to break out if it follows these trends. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we go over all the specifics about what to look for in the coming months of trading. So boom, we're going to dive right in and we're going to take a look at our XLM trade. Now, for any of you that are in our private members group, you'll know where I'm going with this. We had been watching XLM and Fetch and a few others here. We'll get into that through these particular breakout periods. So we saw a nice triple bottom here in Stellar, and we are boom already 30 to 40, 50% up from our original trade, on the way up to about 100 and 180% of that trade as well. We've got a few more on the list. Basic Attention Token, or BAT, is one of these other ones we're looking at. I just took my entry here above this blue line at 2600, 2700, and we're looking for, again, this other big breakout. Now, one of the things that's really excited about these plays, guys, is the way that they perform on the long term. So I'm going to show you one that we took back here in June. Let's see, wait till the days come up. June 9th. So here was the Fetch trade I posted on June 9th for all of our private members. So if you guys want, we have a private community and a private newsletter. It's $30 a month. You can sign up by going to the links below. If you sign up and you don't like it, you get a refund. So why not sign up, try it out, and see if you like it? Because every member that's in the private community loves what we do. Now, again, I want to point out that you should be giving yourself months to really learn and figure out the basics here with a lot of the trading and investing side of things. But as you can see, we took our initial entry here in Fetch at around 274 Satoshis. And this was our first profit point. Now, I didn't actually draw in the secondary and third profit points in here, but like all of them, they're actually at around 180 to 200%. So we hit our first profit target, and then we re-entered again, and then broke up to 605. Now, I'm going to actually show you what this looks like on the chart. So here we are with XLM. And this is kind of the fun thing. This is what I think everybody should really get to understand. One of the reasons why I don't care what the token name is anymore is because I'm watching something. I'm watching whales. I'm watching large accumulations and patterns. And not only that, I don't have to enter or get exposure and take these long bouts of 30 to 40% box ranges and hold on like a fool. I can wait till the whale moves. And as soon as the whale moves, as we saw here, as soon as the whale started to move around 274 Satoshis, where this nice red line is right at the thick of my VR, boom, we started to break out. And lo and behold, that's exactly what we saw with Fetch as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make so much money this year to the point where I don't think most people know how to trade. That's almost how it feels like. So here again, I'll show you how it happened with Fetch. Here we were above the top of our VPVR line, this 213 Satoshis. As soon as the 21-day moving average crossed above the 50, this yellow one, we started to break out, and very quickly. So the other day, as we were charting up RNC on this nice head and shoulders through this accumulation period that it broke, and this is what I love about this, guys. This is the keystone of trading. This is a multi-year head and shoulder, a multi-month head and shoulder. This is when we can really rely on the trades that we're making. Like if you're drawing a head and shoulder on the 45-minute or the hour, it's helpful, but it can be useless because it can be denied really, really easily. Whereas when you have head and shoulders, and in this particular case, an inverse head and shoulders building up through the time of an accumulation pattern, we see these really big breakouts. Now, I forgot where my head and shoulders button was. Is it in? Which one is it in, guys? Oh, that's how long it's been since I've drawn a head and shoulders. Oh yeah, here. It's pretty much useless to me. So like this, here's the left shoulder. Here is the head, just a little bit above the previous shoulder, and then the other shoulder, and bam. And as soon as we saw that, we barely even got to get this post out. Like I didn't even get to publish this. It went out to the private Bear Den members. I didn't even get to click publish on TradingView before RNC started to do. It did 100% in less than like the 24 hours that we were in there, that we had been charting this up. So remember, guys, if you watch people on YouTube and they're charting inverse head and shoulders and the short time frames, you're looking for very short profits. And in that time, maybe not a profit at all, because you'll buy, you'll hold, you're not a good trader, and then it ends up going down a significant amount. Like, like here, even in this box range, you're talking about 60% in the box range. It's a huge deal. It's a lot of exposure for the newbie to have. Like, it's can be grueling on your stomach. But here we go. As we see with RLC, we're going to continue up and hit that 180% line, the same way we saw with Fetch and a few others. For those of you that are in the bear den, you know that we've got like 10 or 12 of these things lined up. We're just going to be able to rake in profits. It's really, really exciting. So CELR was, I'll give you guys a little insight into the one that went out this morning, just because I want everyone to do well, right? Like, even if you're not in the private bear den or in a private community, I want you to recognize these things and take good account, because it's going to help you make an enormous amount of capital. Now, this is not financial advice. Do not fucking do anything I tell you to do. I'm going to have to bleep out these words in the videos, because what we try to do is give people the tools that they need to make their critical decisions and invest with their own empowered decision. So if you follow anything I do, I can plainly tell that you're a silly dart throwing monkey and you deserve to lose your money. Whereas if you know what I'm talking about and you can educate yourself to see this stuff, you can make an enormous amount of capital here. So here we saw a beautiful multi-month falling wedge, and as soon as we broke out of the wedge, we started an ascending channel through phases D and E of the Wyckoff. We're going to go to 100, probably almost 300% profit targets, maybe around 200 here. Sorry, that was a really big gain target. Let's see from the breakout here. There you go. 117 and around 200 at the top here. There's resistance in between. We're going to get our first little breakout resistance here at 77. And we've actually drawn these up on some of our other charts too. So I just want to be clear to recognize, guys, here with XLM, see, there's like 3-4 profit targets, and I'll show you how we got to those too. This is really important. So here you can see our original entry was, I'll draw it on with my long position so you can see. So here's the entry. And here is where the stop loss was set, at the bottom of the box, essentially. So we did our first 32%. We're on our way to next 58, and there's 107% profit potential on this target. But I actually believe we could end up way up here at this 2200 mark. So this is now what we're calling our fourth profit target, and these are the extensions of the wave. And we've got, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be able to ride so many of these. And this is at like around 200%. On average, these will accumulate around 200%. So I'll show you how we get there too. Oh, and we bring out one of my favorite tools. God damn it, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most swearing I've done, but this is one of the most exciting moments we've had in this space for a while. Is to see this type of, these patterns start to really play out again. So we'll go from the top of the wave here to the bottom of the wave there. So see how I just drew in, the Fibonacci. So for those of you that don't know, I'll drag this over this way. This is the Fibonacci extension and retracement tool. Now currently we're charting from the very bottom of the trend, from the top of the breakout of the trend. So from the bottom to the top, we drag the Fibonacci extension, and as we can see, just around this second profit target, we have the 168. Around the third, we have the 2618, and then the fourth profit targets here, I could maybe drag it down, is the 4236. So getting up this high is very unlikely. So what we do is we secure little bouts of profit on our way up, right? So we've got a potential for a 200% run here, and we take out profits all the way up to the top. Now, what we also do is when I get to the top of this profit range, I'm not going to take it all out. I'm going to take it like 80 to 90%. I'll be 80, 90% out of my position by this point, because then I believe we're going to see a 90-day accumulation period, and these are all going to play out almost identical. Yes, it's the keystone to trading, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for 2021 and 2020 here. We're going to make an enormous amount of capital. But again, not financial advice. Do your own homework. Do your own due diligence. If you just follow other people's trades, you will fail. Use a stop loss. There are so many things that need to be learned as a good trader, as a good investor, to really make money off these things. That's what we want to do with the Arcane Bear. That's what we do with the private group. So again, please sign up if you'd like to, because we just give you a refund if you're not happy. So it's super important, right? If you're like, oh, that was a waste of time and energy, we're like, I'll just give your money back. There's tons of people we have in the group that are very happy about this type of educational process, and the community that helps each other learn too. So I think it's very important to keep that in mind. Give us those thumbs up if you like this content, guys. This is the Wyckoff accumulation method, and it also involves being able to recognize triple bottoms, falling wedges, inverse head and shoulders, and just to remember that Bitcoin is likely coming down because it's in a distribution phase. right? So we see a very strong evidence that Bitcoin will come down to around 8,800, and then if it breaks lower at around 68 to 5,800, which you can see very clearly on the weekly. Now, again, what's fun about this distribution model, and I want to highlight this again too, is that this could actually change. One of the fun things about both the accumulation and the distribution models is in the last part of phase E, if you see a break above the box, that means you change your position, right? So let's say I've been short since around June 10th when we first published this, right? So here, if we start to break above the 9 and more specifically the 50, like if we hold above the daily at 94, 9,500, and then more specifically above 9,700, I will just go long. Whereas currently I've been short since June 10th because I do believe we're going to come back down and test the bottom of the range at 8,700 and maybe even lower because of this full pennant here that we see on Bitcoin that's been forming for almost an entire 2 years. It's a really strong, really strong pennant. So why not back down to $6,000, especially when we see all these positive black swans like we have with Fetch that are producing hundreds of % while Bitcoin is staying relatively stable. All the big boys are playing in the alternative market space right now, and all the boys in Bitcoin are just cult members. If you're a Bitcoin maximalist, yeah, okay, that's cool. Bitcoin's great. But look, this is an emerging market. These are emerging market technologies. There is going to be a bunch of them that explode and then collapse down to zero. So always be making sure you're taking profits, but always at the same point be investing and be interested to learn more about these. Like, I scoff at anyone who thinks that it's just about Bitcoin. Like, this entire space is going to change the way we recognize business from a technological level. So get involved in any way you can. Anyways, this is Teal with the Arcane Bear. I'm signing off for the rest of the day. Join our private newsletter, or don't. I don't care. I don't care. But we'd love to see you there anyways. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Wherever you are in the world, we're sending you love and big hugs. Stay healthy. Call your family, whether it's your children or your grandparents or your mothers and fathers, your brothers and sisters. Let them know you love them, because eventually one of the things that I've come to terms with lately is, hey, everybody I know is going to fucking die, me included. God, there's a lot of swearing in this video. So because we should all recognize our mortality, we should probably be kinder to one another. We all deal with tragedy in our lives at one point. And what makes the world a better place is when we can lift each other up. We're at a critical time where we need more humans working together to make this world a better place. And that's why I'm still here in the tech sector. I believe it's something that we can use, is scalable, doing good in the tech sector. So remember, as a last thing, download the DigiFox app. We're going to be doing a giveaway of over $2,000 for people that refer or make a certain, like, over $100 deposits. So as head of branding and giving, shout out to Nicholas Merton for offering me such a great opportunity to become part of such a great company and focus on these new mission-driven businesses. So download DigiFox from either iOS or Android store. That's it. That's a plug. Shameless plug, because I'm really excited about the future of business and finance. And we'll see you guys again soon. Whew.